na yenkosua ade kakra emfanfa ensema hodo a ene efree minister for finance ne na so ye de ebae na yenhwe IMF no ensema hodo a ewo mu ebie enti IMF Bailout 2022 said no sha ase no mampeni na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo His Excellency nimfoni na da hono no IMF ni enti so mampeni so tu nani a obi kai mema mani so akyerɛ me po hena me mu afiri beba me wo afiri fitwedi ampo Nyankopɔn onyame obo osoro ni asase o mampeni na Nana se so tu nani ehwe wiemu a bebia no mu obi firi aba IMF. That's how you see the president, the background with the IMF logo. Now yenhwe ade Ministry of Finance Yeraken Oforiata ede ene enkrata bi ode ebe adwa so a wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu a kyerɛ Ghana for ensem bi a kyerɛ Ghana for adwentitiru efa IMF ho no omatumi ade aba edos papa ba krata pa ba se dunwotwe na naposo ne ntwiaso nsem bi se bi ehu hia na esese yahwefo ne atiefo na nwumre yi mohwe original TV ne timi de mamo ne yeso yi ya yede emam throughout the week ye beba de ase ni nyina de aba pese hu ne opese ote no ye mu ate na maro mfi se eye dwumadie so amanyosem dwumadie. I can promise you Michelle Bo said the be cost or IMF bailout to conditionalities negotiation the better from biano said the diet no ye de ho enchiremu ene ho adesua ebebro nti de aban e can the government provides answers to questions na nsembisa bia omobisa according to aban was nsembisa bia kire Ghana for adwe. Number 1, why has Ghana decided to seek support from the IMF? Musa say adentina aban na adwe so be kwa kwaje moa e the free IMF for na anu ya ode abano say Ghana is seeking IMF support for 3 main reasons. Aban say IMF kwaje moa aban say Ghana kwaje moa free IMF for eniama miensanti eno mo kwaje moa. They didn't kind addressing policy challenges following the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war. The influence of shocks from the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war have complicated the conduct of public policy globally. Abayas more or can say, or call no akwaje mwa de free IMF for said be COVID-19 yade no posaba posa Ghana sikasem afi Russia-Ukraine war ekoso no Ghana ni wiase afana nyina no bia sikasem enkoye enti aban ekono akwaje samwa no said be sikasem betumi agina eso. Na eno na woto aso a asema was ato aso no say they have resulted in rising debt and erosion of buffers, worsening financing conditions, high inflation and exchange rate and BOP pressure, especially for emerging market and frontier economy. By HSL COVID-19 Russia-Ukraine war na ma amaya fe na efifre sin wosikasemu no te se Ghana yeso ka ho bi no o de ha pa na ababeto yeso ye inflation ade a ekosro interest rate to see ade a ekosro saa so na esidi no ahoden ekosro eniama hodo na nka ban sisi wonu mu a eba ne se kukuru basi kasem no be ka se external shocks be itimidi absorb shocks no ni nyina aba first ni ho nti aba so betima be ba first se be shocks bi ba entumi nka o my Ghana kese ebiem na oto aso a was say as is the case of key MEs and FMs, Ghana is seeking IMF support to back its enhanced domestic programs which will seek to restore stability, help to contain the rising debt and address the emerging BOP need. Or say abana kasa de nshishia hodo gbokoma homegrown policies a abana say IMF ho no konede mo abeba ama abana tumegyina ne nanso ewosika semu na otwa ensam no so a say 2 the entire aban echo IMF balance of payment support. Secondly, for concessional so cheaper financing to shore up international reserves, stabilize the city, continue smooth payment of imports, petroleum products, pharmaceuticals, medical equipment, among others. Aban so call IMF beboa ma se bionisika otimi de bo na chidom etimi de kra niama de fiama no edeba te se apomode ho niama eye fango ho bo niama na international reserves no opeso building up se de be ya dani nyina Ghana betimi nya hoto so na etimi enya sa na man ede abesom yama inform. Now also sit and restore conditions for strong economic growth, including support for government flagship programs while correcting underlying problems. What say? Ebema abayet mejina na so na esika sem na gina fa pem abegina pemi ewo maimu na fa aban nyu media hudu bi a edi asi na ni so no watimi atwa so da office nyama bi aye how e wo sikasem no aban timi akrakra ne nyina the tosum yensa enti aban eko IMF ni o say catalytic effect, providing catalytic effect of assessing additional financing from third party friendly sovereign commercial creditors, including resuming IMC market access sooner than later, facilitating credit rating upgrade. Aban say enam say sika na sense yenyenti no. Ye kwa dwama hodo so kwase kopo besia yenya bi because all the international rating financial rating companies no o ma downgrade ye o mo chese sika sem nyenti ama obi ahu ya no odwane ye kope bond ayenya ye ko o ma bia so ko yenya sika yenya na mem ye ko IMF na beboa e ma wo mo ase bi ye pe bibia afem o mo ha o benya gidie sa mpa because of say IMF for do ma bo mo nti o betimi agi akagina mu na bibia atimi akoyie no na atimi aba no ma sa ma sika na atimi de ye adwuma it means you stabilize bibia wi a we go back to borrowing. Another question abai say Ghana for do no ebisa say what is the enhanced domestic program? The enhanced domestic program no ene de enfa sa program we program His Excellency John Dramani Mahama NDC for the Ghana for year IMF 2015 the enhanced domestic program. Na banchire mo de ba say the enhanced domestic program, that's EDP, is a 3-year fast-tracked microeconomic stabilization program that seeks to restore investors' confidence and achieve fiscal and debt sustainability. Abansi eyedwumadi a eyemfie miensa dwumadi a wo de hu kobo IMF no do wura mu a eyemfie miensa ye hwe se eboa ma osikasem tumi gina ne nanso na afi osikasem atete apansem ne nyina no etimi atwe ne besi kwampa so. The program is heavily driven by a mix of robust structural reforms and revenue, expenditure and financing policy. Program ni program a ye do ramu a eboa e ma otimi gina na so robust as osika se betumi agina yie kwa ba bia aje woto edi free eba ba bia do akoma sika etimi ko udwumadi ahodo ho ka ahodo nyina no eboa e metumi agina ne na so. This would further enhance the recovery and transformation efforts by the government under the Ghana Care Obatampa program. Wosu ebetimi aboa ma ban dwumadi ode ato nani so se Obatampa Care program no. Sa program ya ye ko the enhanced domestic program no ebeboa amatimi afanantuma pa afra. The proposed program should span a minimum of 3 years and seek to achieve the following objectives. Sa dwumadi so mu do mu wura mu a ohwe nim se hwe be emfie miensa no awo se dwumadi no etimi ewie na eniama aba hwe nim so betimi enya awo sa emfie miensa no mu dwumadi no eni. 1. Strengthen government effort to restore investor confidence in the economy, thereby regaining market access, boosting development partners, disbursement, and unlocking other financial sources. Ose ebeboa amaban etimi atuanamo a benye gidie betimi aba ankrankro mdo mjetiri ebehye Ghana mu investors no ebenya gidie awe economy no mu afi so betimi aboa me akwa mahodo so akopo busia ne de aba yempuntu djuma hodo aye so yetumi etimi aye yesika echichemu so etimi aba afi eniama hodo aye akwansidie de ama ya na ye bopunu mu kra ekopesika yenya bi no yebeyi ni nyina yebe unlock ni nyina na esika no asha sese eba de tosumienu. Restore debt sustainability and macroeconomic stability to support green growth, economic transformation, and job creation while protecting social spending. Waban se ebetumi aboa ma esika asem na tumi agina so. Na afeso so aboa mankrankra dwumaku na se ye macroeconomy na tumi agina na so ye be create jobs ebebo odwuma e magana for tumi anya bi aye na afeso se ka hodo aban ebo ewo ye nyuma hodo aye de boa ye ne akasa social aye programs and investment no etumi akoso ye. 3. Strengthen the central bank's monetary policy regime. And 4. Build buffers to strengthen resilience to economic shocks. 1. Osebeboa ma central bank of Ghana omo policy regime okopebosia omo sika asem tumi gina na so. Na fe eniama hodo aba ne hye tokuro mu a edu ahokire bremu a etimi ko ekoje mmoa etimi di yankasa boa ye ho e kan se shocks and absorbers no eyade a ebetumi abuilding ye. Now, Oko 5 analysis was to further enhance the recovery and transformation effort by the government under the Ghana Care Obatampa program. After so beboa ama abana nkasa dwumadie ne nhyehyɛ odi egu akwa mu bi te sɛ Obatampa Care program no atumi agina ne naso nti we any baby aban focus esi ewo. Now another question aban chese Ghana for do no bisa, how long would it take for the negotiation between Ghana and the IMF to be concluded? Busa se Ghana for do no busa se negotiation kro mo kwa koye ebedi mredo do sen na aban ni IMF for nkuta udie ne enkomotwetwe no atimi akoso so mbeje atu na so munyentu mredo do sen ebetumi edi na aban ede ho anoye asaba o se IMF supported program negotiation takes some time to be concluded. IMF for program bia omo edie no person no mkodi djuma etebre ansa na honkonyasie no anobaba na timi awie. Depending on the availability of data to assess the macroeconomic situation, the readiness and sustainability of the government economic program, and the nature and feasibility of any prior conditions to be completed by government program negotiation can be quick or be protracted. Was it the here say enwiaye ne hwehwemu a IMF for pen data usika asem ne nyina so amane boy che nyina so munya ne ntem a eno mutumi ye ne ntem pa na emu so manya ne ntem ne timi twimu che ekọ akire according to Aban. Government stands ready to quicken and shorten the negotiation process by sharing relevant data as well as presenting an enhanced economic program that will anchor the supported program. Wasi Aban ka say in krata nyina ready. The Aban say IMF for be here bia na Aban na ready. The Aban be make sure say the IMF for pe bia no or the be ma omo say the be ya enkomotwetwe no ene nkunyasie no mo be ne 10 na che say ye giaja na say the etuam no. Afi another question Ghana for ebisa Aban susu say hu hia so betimi eya no say how much can we get from the IMF and what would the money be used for? Obusa se IMF ya yesi ekwo nyina akra sika se ne ebetumi anya ana sika se ne ebenya free IMF for na sika no kra agi a ade na de ye aban mu aya ode abanie. The total credit for an IMF supported program will be expressed as a percentage of the country's quota. In the 2015 ECF program, Ghana was granted 180% of its quota, which was equivalent to $980 million released in equal tranches after every successful review. Oko IMF wa we member state omo we be a friend quota na say obi a no ye hwe we can show kese so your contribution and a better say no contribution no chop no contribution over no quota na as 2015 ayeko no na ye quota ye wo no 180%. Na sa 180% no so omgina yo de mai $918 million. Na no sika no ye nyima boom seje na fa ko se de okobo be se na de ama no program bia wo ye bia no be hia taku a no mo de ama wo wie na wo ye wie na hia no mo de ama ente tranches ne yini kakra sa na de ama so peso pe ko si se program no peso mo ye no o matumi aye awie. Na ode eno ato nchen a aban ebisa se I say in addition to the quota norms, the IMF also uses market access and other key criteria to assess the type of funding needed by a country. This is a primarily due to the cost implications involved in both resource and how the interest cost will impact on debt sustainability following IMF lending. Adeba koso IMF also ever say sikano ya de manwa wa kwenya wo wa osutimi ko ma hondo su kobo besia no omotimi hwe ni nyina se oman se osika sem setie wo kopa bosia se timi hwe ede ema wo bosia na de ma no hunsi ho ene hunsunsanso a betimi di abre osika sem ene omanfo no omohwe ni nyina ansrom de sikano ama. Another question Ghana for ebisa and say, will Ghana have to fulfill any IMF conditionalities? Mobeka 2015. Then opposition MPP, as some can say, the conditionalities are John Dramani Mahama and this for the Ghana full remu and the IMF bailout year 2015. And he say, yes, mon phobia, our Benjamin Montoya for Ketuamu. And here I bind him say differently Ghana for the same question. Say conditionalities Ghana we have to fulfill and now binding the Nimuya at the Abadi. When a country seeks support from the IMF through a founded program, its government agrees to adjust its economic policy to overcome the problems that led to its seek IMF financial support. These policies adjustments are conditions for IMF lending and serve to ensure the achievement of the program's objectives and the country's ability to repay the IMF. Or say IMF, Domian said, O Colombusia, Mohe say, O how near mania womuno, and intel about Honomono, or may somebody no do beba, and to be away, Unye, or Mohe, the also way, and then says away, and it's like one casa don't want command doctor Semi Yadiani. Not that the doctor na diagnose with some pa, we had any idea be able to me a coon. Name Moody did do, and it did you so. The this time we won't mean this time we sape until you surrender to IMF based on the program away no. How many conditionalities in able to me abantu. The government in somehow telling say yes, there will be a conditionality. But as we speak, IMF one yambe assess a situation a program one or more dear better so. And as we speak, Jitum say yes, there will be conditionalities. Government have to fulfill. The government is just to know that conditionalities. The member country has primary responsibility for selecting, designing, and implementation policy to make the IMF-supported program successful. This system of conditionality is designed to promote national ownership of strong and effective policies. This means that in the case of Ghana, the conditionalities are expected to be centered around our own enhanced domestic program, which the government is committed to enforcing. Or say IMF for now say one kasano, odo ya de no court no hwe se usika samo how nia. Na fe okay, adro we say ade we program we dey ni. Program we dey ni to how to so program no a na IMF na we say one kasa wo hihye dey odi egu be kasa homegrown policy apese we toto niama no how so betime di so anti conditionalities ni niama nyina no will come from eye wo aba no but this is not the true fact, because it wasn't John Dramani Mahama and the NDC government then decision say omo freeze public sector employment and as omo be limit and as omo freeze aketua entumu omo be yi subsidy na sabreda petroleum product and na for utility services and omo ma nsuo electricity na nyomo IMF na trans kaso no that be program na de wato so no de say we utility can say subsidy ni free honom, petrol subsidy ni free ho, electricity so subsidy ni free ho, after so public sector employment no wontimi mfa no wholesale wo betimi ayibi na mom o mfa no pebre adwumafo aketu asoso ntumo no na abotra ansa tene de edane a we surrender to IMF to decide. And this is what the government is telling us. This is where the propaganda could be. Now another issue be me patcho ma memfa nko akire ha na question ba ko abana kasa evisa say, how much can we get from the IMF and what would that money use for? Here okan asemo ayera finance minister eka ni nyina amensan kan ma obiom. The total credit for IMF support program will be expressed as a percentage of the country's quota. In the 2015 ECF program, Ghana was granted 180% of its quota, which was equivalent to $180 million US, released in equal tranches after every successful review. In addition to the quota norms, the IMF also uses market access and other key criteria to assess the type of funding needed by a country. This is primarily due to cost implications involved in both resource and how the interest cost will impact on debt sustainability following IMF lending. Until okan sa emiano me buy na per the government no explanation the buy from Minister of Finance Ken Ofurata na omo release here no abana state how much government is going to get from the IMF and how the money was going to be used for. Yamfan said now you are not going to engage IMF. So benya tekwana so benya sempwane, it will be determined by the IMF funim. But the government also didn't tell us how tekwana sempwane benya from IMF no, how that money will be put to use to rebuild and to regain the confidence in the economy. Abandon to me answer. But yamhwe adebi from yesterday. This is Onimunyanfo Kwajo Opon-Kroma, Minister for Information. Enra or grantee interview or say the Information Minister Kojo Oponkroma says government is likely to receive about $2 billion from the International Monetary Fund after deliberations on a specific support package are concluded. He's going to say, so already you recall that the finance minister initially indicated that there were arrangements to get about $2 billion, out of which there is $1 billion available. Parliament has to approve for us to receive so that the city does not depreciate. Not just say honorable Kojo Oponkroma nanti. Efri nra a government starts so me communication about IMF nyama benya no. Yera Kojo Oponkroma ka say government benya a year 2 billion. But we Minister for Finance Ken Ofuriatta ono ne letter no issue about how much Ghana could get no. He didn't quote any amount and he didn't tell us how the money is going to be used for. But here Yero Kojo Oponkroma since yesterday is telling us the government could get a $2 billion. There's a miscommunication here because we're expecting saying can the Minister for Finance let her know release and buy a message no. It will continue from where Honorable Kojo Oponkroma left yesterday. Because Honorable Kojo Oponkroma kache Ghana for say nya sika kra no ye benya 2 billion. Ya dey aban 8 million anymore. But Ken Ofuriatta letter the buy no wanka bibia how much a bit benya because afina negotiation no ekwa akosha ase se be ko begum se be ko nifa obi anim. So the government should be careful about how they communicate about this. So Honorable Kojo Oponkroma and the case asem way enra no dey asem to. Now yan share the update about the IMF team or more ever. Openia oda hai the Carlos ni dini die hu Slevich semaboni ya Carlos Slevich on a division chief at International Monetary Fund on a lead delegation from IMF headquarters at the Ghana to on a lead obehwe say omatimi ene Ghana ban yema mpene susu no mo behia na omatimi atutu nkomo na nensema on two dwa eni o say the IMF stand ready to assist Ghana to restore macroeconomic stability, safeguard debt sustainability, and promote inclusive and sustainable growth, and address the impact of the war in Ukraine, and the lingering pandemic on the basis of a request from the Ghanaian authorities. An IMF staff team will, in the coming days, kickstart discussions on a possible program to support Ghana's homegrown economic policies. When so IMF for my ready or mobile because Ghana buying ayo masute so momra no mahwe niama to mo nam kwaso mo bo mo behwe say Russia Ukraine war no ensunsuanso e de aba COVID-19 so abeso sunsunsuanso bone no metimi ha toto niama ye natimi aboa o me say aban nan kasa no homegrown policies aban de agwa akwam no o me so mo hwemu kana natimi akoso nti openi say senke yadefo Ghana economy no. This is the doctor ya sign no to our case. Carlos ya sign no to our case so mna mehwe no be assess Ghana's economy. Enti IMF bailout no se nya good deal ya nya good deal se tie yo sa papa yi ena ye dan no enti e compare me pacho me yanka no mpa bompa na nsere rade se onka na kuma no ma ye favorable deal abeboa Ghana ye pa. Now they no eto nchen ya yewra Bryce Simons research director Adima Emani. But in Serbia to say Bryce Simons, the bank's government claims that over 100 countries seek IMF bailout. Oh yeah, a free nanu fiada besine. Government communicators, even a nano pay on my show, I've been pedu media so on morning show. Some can say, oh, Ghana and call IMF. Over 100 countries, no meaning call IMF for bailout. Ghana phone and this economic recess is not limited to only Ghana, a global effect caused by a COVID-19 pandemic and Russia-Ukraine war. Openia small can say, and Yano small can say, government of Ghana spokespersons say half of the world's countries have gone for an IMF bailout. This is not true. The IMF has many programs. Those that can be classed as bailouts are not the ones like the RFI, RCF, and CCRT that many countries, including Ghana, went for in 2020. What can I say? Yes, IMF for more program who do be brilliant me economic media boawo. Nemo nyeni nyina na bailout. Tuwe ma 2020 kran Ghana. Yanso siya kwa IMF for kwa program bia. Ebi ne RFI, RCF, NFA CCRT. 2020 yako ho na nye bailout. Enti sabankas over 100 countries na engage IMF because obi engage IMF it means obi call for bailout. Yera by Simon say that is not the case. So now, me adumo china and negotiation according to government. Now we have been told, say the president himself, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, will lead a Ghana team to meet Carlos, IMF team led by Carlos. Now Omatana say as a negotiation, I say we are hoping, say we are going to get a daily briefings from the government through the government spokespersons. No match them pempen so yet to me aqua. But there's one call again grounds. This call was spearheaded by the former president John Dramani Mahama, calling for Ken Ofori-Atta's head. According to Omampenada John Dramani Mahama, Yera Ken Ofori-Atta incompetent, wa mismanaging the economy. Na economy ni baby edu ede manko ye nyina no because of Yera Ken Ofori-Atta. There are several economists. There are several civil society groups. There are several individuals in this country who also believe, say, Yera Ken Ofori-Atta performance as a finance minister a disaster. And for that matter, on Tranchain. Omampenada John Dramani Mahama issue a reason say, Ken Ofori-Atta have shown bad faith in the IMF. First of all, on believe the principle of IMF. As a Nipanin believe the principle of IMF capability and how IMF can help Ghana resolve our economic challenge there. That person don't deserve, that person don't qualify to lead Ghana to IMF negotiation table. Omampenada John Dramani Mahama issue at me a reason no. Many Ghanaians also believe. But say Ken Ofori-Atta beko, another Ken Ofori-Atta enko, a brain a bit to me actually. But the look of things, and then I know someone Gabi as a da kuka any day. So Omampenada now describing no unofficial Prime Minister Akane day. It means there is no intentions by the President Nana Akufo-Addo to kick Yera Ken Ofori-Atta out of the position as a finance minister. Anyway, Benisi Kwasiana and Sisana because Abanika Sonko IMF da, but then here we go. Maybe a brother beche to me ako. Another issue of Ampenada John Dramani Mahama Erezi at the head of economic management team, which is the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Bawumia. Ampenada John Dramani Mahama said, Dr. Mohamed Bawumia Mampenini said the bread from himself as the head of economic management team because the team no a disaster. A disastrous economic indices no Ghana for, and he don't deserve to lead Ghana economic management team. And also, Omampeni and dissolve the economic management team now on pen crofom ye competent, willing to help. So Mobaya Juma dedicated, Mobaya Juma Boama Ghana. Yes, I feel to my perfrano. Now on some constitute a new economic management team. No Mumputi and Nyama in place. And we also make media remedy the situation now. Don't forget so Omampeni John Dramani Mahama call so make here IMF no. He started this IMF call way back last year. Then last year public lecture or our Kempiski. Ghana at the crossroad or retreat. Last week was I in retreat the same call or kind 3 days per at the chair and Omampeni take his decision. Say Omampeni Beja Tum, Naira Ken Ofori-Atta be in a sekunya as a finance minister. So Omampeni Beja Tum, say Dr. Mohamed Bawumia be in a sekunya as a head of economic management team. So Omampeni Beja Tum, now the economic management team will dissolve it. Now constitute a new economic management team to steer the affairs of Ghana's economy. And a bit to me actually. Me did this about the captain of the dressing. Me try me who tell me ba. Me for her. Ye baby sinkunya. Ene brother ye KK day. Chama basisia.